Hi students, welcome in our second part, chapter number first, life survival of plants. In previous part, you learned terrestrial plants, plants in desert and plants in hills. Now third point, plants in marshes. Marshes and daldal. Marshes places have sticky and clayey soil and plenty of water. Such areas are also called swamp. The roots of the plants growing in marshes are unable to get air, therefore, the roots of these plants come out of water in some places so that they can breathe. Such roots are called breathing roots. Means in marshish area, plants not able to breathe because of swamp, so breathing roots come out for breathe the airs. Mangroves, especially the Sundarban mangroves, are examples such plants. Our next plants points plants in a plains. The climate in plains is neither too hot nor too cold, means as in hilly areas. Plains receive a moderate rainfall. Trees in these regions have thin and broad leaves so that they can capture a lot of sunlight to make their food. Both deciduous and evergreen trees grow in the plains. Means in plains climate is not too hot and not too cold. So plains receive a moderate rainfall, and here regions plants growing thin and broad leaves capture lot of sunlight. These such as mango, banyan, peepal and neem shed their leaves in winter. These are called the deciduous trees. In plains also evergreen trees present. What is meant by evergreen trees? Trees such as coconut and rubber do not shed their leaves in winter. They are called the evergreen trees. Means these trees are not shed their leaves in the winter. Our next point in this lesson, aquatic plants. Aquatic and plants in the water. Plants that live and grow in water are called aquatic plants. Aquatic plants grow in ponds, lakes, rivers, streams and ocean. There are three types of aquatic plants: floating plants, fixed plants and underwater plants. First, we will learn floating plants. Floating plants float freely in water. To float easily on water, these plants have the following adaptive features. They have very small and light bodies that can float. Example are Olphia and duckweed. Some plants have spongy and air-filled stems. This makes them light enough to float easily. For example, water hyacinth means in floating plants body is light and small and they can easily float on the water. Our next point, fixed plants. These plants have roots that are fixed to the bottom of ponds, but most of their vegetation is above water. They have long, hollow, flexible stems with broad and flat leaves that float on the surface of water. The upper surface of their leaves have a waxy coating. The stomata enables them to absorb air. Lotus and water lily are examples of such plants. Means is in fixed plants leaves are float on the water. Leaves are broad and waxy coating and upper surface having stomata which is enable them to absorb air. Our next point, underwater plants. These plants remain completely submerged in water. They have narrow and thin leaves and flexible stems that offer little resistance to water currents. They breathe through their body surface and do not have stomata. Hydrilla and Vallisneria means tape grass are examples of such plants. Means underwater plants submerged totally inside the water, and they have narrow and thin leaves. Flexible stem means it is easily bent and resistance to water currents. This not having stomata, for example, Hydrilla and Vallisneria. Apart from terrestrial and aquatic plants, there are some special categories of plants, mainly non-green plants and parasitic plants. But these are 2 points: non-green plants and parasitic plants. You are learn in next lesson, next part of this lesson. Thank you.